Landlords, you're not checking our credit score anymore. You're checking our blood pressure. You want 3 times the monthly income to rent some of these places? Average rent in America just hit $3,000. So $9,000 a month. The average American is not making that kind of money. It's crazy, dude.
That's right, y'all. He's right. There is a new pandemic spreading rapidly across the U.S., affecting people's mental health, physical health, and most of all, financial health. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may have not. But scientifically, it is known and called rent. I myself have been personally suffering from rent for the last 30 years of my life. It has plagued me on the first of the month for the last 30 years of my life. And now it's at an all-time high, affecting millions of people to the point of homelessness. But seriously, y'all, I don't know what happened. Sometime between 2008, when the market crashed, to 2020, when quarantine happened, to 2026, rent has just lost its damn mind. It has lost its mind. So today we're going to take out and look at some videos of how this president of explosive charges for a studio, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment is costing people these days. Just because it has the word luxury in the damn title. I'm sorry for being dramatic. I got about 29 more days till rent hits me again. Let's take a look at the next video.
Yo, the cost of living is ridiculous. So, my lease is about to end, and,
Same.
I'm apartment hunting, just looking around. And I haven't been apartment hunting in so long because I've been in my current place for about 2 years. And now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this is what they talking about. I'm looking at 1-bedrooms for $2,000, $2,100, 2-bedrooms, $2,300. I would never pay that for an apartment.
Facts.
I will never. And I know a lot of people keep saying, just get a house, get a house. It's not that simple, buddy. When you have a house, your base mortgage could be $1,600. Mm-hmm. But all the other stuff you got to pay on top of that, you're paying a lot more than that. I know people paying $2,600 for mortgage, $2,700 for a mortgage. No, I'm not doing that right now. And then you understand property taxes, HOA fees,
there we go.
all that stuff that adds up. Having a house is not cheap. It's very expensive, and you need to be financially well off to have a house. And most people are not financially well off, and they have houses and they're house poor. I don't want to be that person. Baby steps. Now,
House poor.
I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm paying that much for an apartment. But at this point, I have no choice. I had set up an apartment tour, and God be speaking to me. I set up an apartment tour. I knew something was off because the prices were a little down there. This morning, that same apartment complex I set up a tour for, they said someone got shot and killed this morning. Tour canceled.
You know what? Can I be honest with y'all? I mean, we family, right? It's only me and you here. Honestly, with today's prices, where you paying $2,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment, I would ask them, like, what the discount looking like on the murder unit? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much we talking? You know what I'm saying? Give me 50% off, and I got the murder unit. Sign my lease right now. I'll live with some spirits for $1,000 off a month. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if some spirits do pop up, they're gonna have to put in on that rent, some groceries or something. We are just a big old happy family. Matter of fact, I need to send him a DM and ask him what's the address of that apartment complex he was looking at, see if I can get me a deal. But yeah, he doesn't want to be house poor. I've been hearing that phrase a lot lately, that people, they get a home. Once they get the home, they just can't afford it. So you just living literally paycheck to paycheck, to the point you can't even enjoy your house. So either be house poor or apartment middle class. What can you do? All right, let's read some of the comments from the last video. Somebody said $1,200 apartments are now the trenches. LOL. That is true. Back many years ago in the 90s, my first apartment was a studio efficiency apartment. I paid $475 a month. Back then, for $1,200, I could have got an 8-bedroom house for $1,200 with 4 baths. Facts. Somebody said, it's insane. I have a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Boulder, Colorado for $2,050 a month. Y'all, $2,050 a month for 1 bedroom, 1 bath in Boulder, Colorado. Now, I've never been to Colorado, but I'm assuming it must be a nice area for a 1-bedroom, 1 bath for $2,050. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Colorado got hoods. I know y'all got like ski resorts and some, snow, but I don't know if y'all have hoods. But $2,050 for a 1-bedroom, 1 bath? Crazy. Somebody said, I haven't thought about buying a house. Can't afford it. And I gave up on trying to get an apartment. And I'm currently working 2 jobs. Ma'am or sir, it does also sound like you may be homeless. So I'm going to pray for you on that. But you got 2 jobs. So hopefully that homelessness won't last long. On to the next video.
Something that's really concerning me about rent is I feel like 1-bedrooms are now just being cannibalized up in the market by couples. And I feel like they're running rent prices accordingly. Like they're increasing 1-bedroom rent prices as if 2 people could live there. Because I'm seeing places in the city where I live where we're verging on like $4,000. I mean, not quite, like we're getting there. Like every year it's increasing. And it's like, at what point is the market going to stop it? Well, I'm just worried the market's not going to stop it, because basically it's going to force single people into studios, I guess, or into our cars, I guess. And then the couples will just continue to eat up all of the 1-bedrooms. And so it is pretty concerning that
feel attacked, okay? Ma'am, I don't understand how just because you can't find a man, no shade, no disrespect, you don't need a man. I'm just saying, just because you can't find one and you can't afford a 1-bedroom apartment, you blaming couples? That's not really fair, ma'am. All right, so ask yourself this. What are the better odds, okay? Properties lowering the rent so you can afford it, or you finding a man, becoming a couple so he can help you with the bill so you can afford it. I mean, I don't think you should be blaming couples for driving up rent prices. It's a little absurd, honestly.
And for somebody my age, 33,
Carry the one. Let's just go to the next video.
So I just got home and this note was taped to my door, and I'm kind of scared to open it because it says rent notice, which probably means my rent is about to increase. And not to sound dramatic, but the inside of this note is about to determine the fate of my future, because if they keep my rent the same, I would highly consider staying in West Palm Beach for another year. But if they raise it by over $100, I'm 100% moving to either Miami or New York. My current rent is $4,200 a month.
Did y'all hear that? Am I tripping? I could have swore he said like $4,200 a month for his current rent in West Palm Beach. $4,200 a month? Nah, he didn't say that. I'm tripping.
So if they raise it to more than $4,300 a month,
Yep, he definitely said $4,200. But if they go up to $4,300, he's out.
I'm 100% out of here. But let's see. Congratulations on your upcoming anniversary with us, and thank you for being a valued resident in our community. As a valued resident, we'd like to show our appreciation by offering you an early renewal discount. If I'm so valued, why the would you raise my rent? My current rent's $41.90. If I renew with the early special, they are raising it to $4,602. And if I don't sign within the month, they're raising it to $4,732 a month. I was thinking maybe $200 to $300. That would typically be in line with inflation, right? 3 to 4%. $4,600 from 42 is a 10% increase. Okay, since my landlord wants to play games, we're gonna play a little game called Move Out.
You're paying $4,200. Now they pretty much saying they're gonna raise it to $4,600 or $4,700. I'm tell you right now, brother. You should have never moved in at $4,100. I don't even know what you living in. The background looks nice, but it's overpriced. Is simply overpriced. That's crazy. $4,200 a month for rent. They're gonna raise it up to $4,700 because I guess they think you got it. Couldn't be me, brother. I'll tell you right now. If my landlord tried to raise my rent up to $4,700, nah, I don't want to incriminate myself. I would just do the correct thing and move away after I burn that motherfucker to the ground. All right, y'all. So check it out, man. I got one more question for y'all. Just answer this question. Do you currently rent or do you own? Okay. If you rent, how much do you pay in your rent? How many bedrooms, how many baths, and what city you're located in? If you own a home, same thing. How much is your mortgage per month? What city do you live in as well? And also, the homeowners, throw in all your other fees, not just your mortgage. How much you paying for mortgage, your insurance, all your monthly fees together. I'm just really curious. So, people can decide. Is it better to rent right now or better to try to just get a home? The lines used to be separate, but now they're really blurred about what's more affordable, an apartment or a house. I really don't know. But other than that, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, peace, y'all.